Hey friends, it's me Alyssa and I am back with a holiday episode of Live and Local Atlanta. We're in the middle of the holiday season. I'm here with my friend Lauren Abernathy from the Battery. I totally love this place, so I had to get her in here to talk about what's going on during the holidays, what can people expect and enjoy.
Absolutely. There's all kinds of stuff. I know people immediately think baseball when you think the Battery Atlanta, but we have Santa Claus. We have Santa's post office. We have a tree lighting. We have a big New Year's celebration. So we do all of the traditional holiday things.
I saw that and I absolutely love that Santa has his post office
Yes.
at the Battery. I'm in shock and awe. I'm like, Santa, look at
Yeah.
him expanding out, getting with the USPS, getting down.
Absolutely. We love the post office, and Santa loves the post office because some kids don't like to sit with Santa. Some kids like to have some space, but then they can still have a great interaction with Santa. So it's a really win-win. If you want it to be contactless or the kids don't want to sit on Santa's lap, great. He can, do his postmaster duties from behind his desk.
I love it. I love it. I've never thought about Santa as a postmaster, but now I'm going to
Well,
have a new
somebody's got
visual.
to get those letters where they're going.
Right. I always kind of assumed there was an elf that.
Well, somebody's the boss.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course. Now, you just mentioned you've got Santa. We've got Santa's post office.
Yeah.
You also have a big New Year's Eve bash.
Yes.
And let's rewind just a tad right before New Year's Eve. What do you got going on for kind of Christmas time? You mentioned a tree lighting. Let's talk about all of that.
Yeah, so we light the tree every year. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and it's just a big celebration, a community celebration. Manager Brian Snitker will light the tree for us this year, and so we're just thrilled to have him and the community come out, and then we will show Abominable right after the tree lighting.
I love that. And I saw that when you guys reached out to me. I was like, oh man, this is such a fun experience you have going on. You've got the movies on the lawn, you've got the tree
Yeah.
lighting, and I think you guys just really kill it every month with activities for not just singles, but for date night, for families, for everybody to do something. So I really wanted to give you guys the chance to talk about what's going on. One of the things I really wanted to dive into was, how do you kind of come up with these ideas and how does it all come together?
Well, I mean, we're there to serve the community. But I mean, like, we're a space for the community to come and hang out. And whether you're single or whether you are grandparents or whether, you have kids and are looking for something to do, we want to be able to fulfill that for the community outside of the 81 days, hopefully more, of baseball that we play every year. So whether it's a farmer's market or yoga or the tree lighting or movies on the lawn, it's a place for you to just come and hang out. And then obviously we hope you enjoy the restaurants and the activities that are on site. But that's kind of the sort of genesis of what we're trying to do.
I'm going to be honest, when the Battery was first being built, I was really sad because I loved Turner Field.
Yes.
And I just thought it was like, for me as a kid, I was like, it's like going to Disney World because it felt like such a huge experience. I was so excited and impressed with the Battery. I was like,
Oh, thank
holy
you.
cow, this place is so cool. There's so many things to do, so many places to eat, places to shop, so many activities. So I'm going to talk about some of those other features that you mentioned.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize are right there in the Battery. So I'm going to kind of, play it up a little bit. How would you describe maybe the perfect weekend day at the Battery? What would you do? How would you plan your weekend?
So I think that there's just a lot of opportunities. So a beautiful fall day, like it's football, right? Football season. So we've got so many sports bars that you can catch your favorite game. A great dinner. So whether you want to go a higher end sort of Cielitz experience or you want to do Wahlburgers with the family, there's something there for everybody. And then it's, you take your cocktail and you can walk around and you can go to the next place. And then whether you want to do escape game or virtual reality at Sandbox VR or see a concert at the Roxy, you can really fill a whole weekend in one place.
I love it. Now, excuse me, I apologize about that. I do want to ask a little bit about, you mentioned the Roxy. They've got concerts every month. You've also mentioned, Wahlburgers. What is kind of new and unexpected that hasn't been there since day one?
Sure. Well, we just opened Sandbox VR, which is a virtual reality experience. We're getting ready to open Battle and Brew, which is a gaming parlor, so you can play video games with your friends. They do tons of activities. They have a great full menu. And then Cultivate Food and Coffee will be opening this before the end of this year as well.
Have you been to the Sandbox VR?
Our whole team went and they
You
tried out the whole experience. And I think the coolest thing about it is they can give you the video of you doing it
Yes.
in the world and what you look like out of the world.
I recently did that. Actually, not at the Battery. They came to another location here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You have to do it. I did the Pirates one because I'm a big scaredy cat. Like, I was so terrified when I saw the trailers for, like, the zombie one. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so graphic. But if you haven't done it, you need to try it.
Yes, yeah,
Seriously.
absolutely. Yeah, the team had an absolute blast. And so there's just lots of fun stuff like that to do. That's the escape game, which is really, really great. They're the #1 rated TripAdvisor escape rooms. They do a great job. They've got one called The Playground where you're in a 4th grade class and you have to, get through recess and all of the different things. So lots of fun stuff to do from an activity standpoint as well.
I love it. Now, I want to ask you, just on your own personal
Mm-hmm.
note, I maybe like picking children, but what would you say is kind of your favorite go-to spot if somebody's like, hey, quickly, what's the best place to go, or what's your favorite place to go?
It is like picking my children, right? I will say, like, people ask me that all the time when I'm out on the property, and I'm like, what are you in the mood for? Do you like food with a Latin flair? Are you looking for a really nice restaurant? What's the experience that you're looking for? So it kind of just depends on what that answer is, where I would recommend for people to go. But I mean, like, Mac McGee is a great Irish pub, like wonderful food, great atmosphere. If that's what you're in the mood for, is an Irish pub. If you really want, like the Latin flair, El Superpan, you cannot top it. He's amazing.
Yes, yes. I love El Superpan. It is so good. Every time, A1.
Yes, yes. Great food, great atmosphere. Just the whole interior of that place is amazing. So yeah, it just kind of depends on what, if you got kids with you, we might send you down to Jenny's or River Street Sweets so you can hop them up on some sugar.
Jenny's is good, for sure. I have to
Yes.
try what did you call
River
it?
Street Sweets.
River
So
Street
that's,
Sweets.
very Savannah, Georgia traditional pralines, but they have all kinds of candy in
I'll
there.
have to
So,
try that.
Yeah.
I love Savannah, so I'll have to try that next time I'm over in the
Yeah.
Battery. I want to ask, you mentioned New Year's Eve. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. This we've been doing this every year since we opened, so since 2017. We do 2 events basically on New Year's night. So one for kids, we call it early innings, and we drop inflatable baseballs. So at 8 o'clock, we'll drop inflatable baseballs after we played music for the families and the kids, and then you can take your kids home and you can put them to bed. And then our more traditional, typical New Year's event starts at 9 o'clock. We have live music throughout. Great, party band that plays on the stage, and then we count down to fireworks at midnight.
I love it. And really, I went to New Year's with you guys. I want to say it was 2018. I
yeah.
had so much fun. The Battery is really great. Like, I keep saying it. Really, especially when I lived right there in Cobb County, I loved going to the Battery every
Yeah.
weekend. So there's so much to do. I really love it. Let the people know how they can stay in touch with the Battery, where they
Yeah.
can find more information, and all of that.
So you can follow our website, obviously, at batteryatl.com, and then all of our social handles are Battery ATL. So definitely check us out, sign up for the newsletter, and you can hear all of what's going on all the time.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lauren. This
Yeah.
is Live in Local Atlanta. I am Alyssa. Of course, download the free Odyssey app today. That's AUDACY inside the App Store. Once you download the app, favorite Star 94 Atlanta so you can get exclusive conversations just like this one with my friend Lauren from the Battery. Okay. And make sure you give me a follow across all socials at itsme_Alyssa D. I'll see you guys next time.